Hello everyone, and today we have my first video. It's Constellar artifacts versus Harpie artifacts. Steven starts and he activates Tenki's. Tenki's effect when on activation you search a beast warrior, a level 4 or lower beast warrior. So he searches cows, that's your Constellar target in this deck. That's that makes this deck really strong because you can search it basically, and he runs upstart, so that's basically you're running a was that 34 card deck essentially, because you run three tankies. And right, special summons Thrasher. Thrasher is a level 4 light that you can summon when you special summon when you control no monsters. So it's just a free 2100 beater. But in this case, it's a target to summon Tsukuyomi because it requires two light monsters. The normal summon Scouse. Tsukuyomi effect is you can detach one, and then on resolution you discard and you draw two. So if it gets negated, you don't discard. And then he goes instant fusion, summons Ojama Knight. That's your target to a level 5 light target. So you could summon Pleiades. And then Soul Charge, special summons Chaos again, change the level, becomes level 5. So he ends on Tsukuyomi, Pleiades, and two set cards, and a Tenki, which he can bounce with Pleiades. That way he has another Chaos that he can search. So Tony sets 6, and on end phase, Steven bounces one of the set cards. Um, so I assume we're still on end phase here. What's he thinking? Um, double cyclone. So double cyclone, you target one card you control, one spell trap in one of your opponent, and on res you destroy them. And then he changes Sanctum. Sanctum effect is special summon a artifact monster from your deck, but you cannot conduct your battle phase that turn. So he summons Sight. So Sanctum and Compulse got destroyed. Sight is so all artifact monsters effect activates when summoned during opponent's turn. So Sight, if it's special summoned during your opponent's turn, your opponent is locked from their extra deck. So basically, they can't do anything. It's banned in modern, but in Hat, it's a 3. That makes the artifact deck really strong because of this card. Some people decide to main one, um, but some people like to side it. It really depends on your playstyle and what you want to do. You know. Let's see. He's thinking here. So play these. So he bounce any card on the field basically here. So he targets his own tanky. That way he can search another cows, which is probably what he wants to do because he has a level 5 on the field. He goes tanky. Tanky is once per turn. Um, he probably has a double cyclone here or an Icarus attack. Okay, so Icarus attack, tribute one wing beast monster you control. Destroy 2 cards on the field, so 8 targets. So he destroys Tsukuyomi and the Tenki. So both are left with 3 cards. He goes Sanctum, summons Moral Attack. So here, Moral Attack activates its effect. It's a non-target pop because it's special summon during opponent's turn. Fortunately, it's only 2100 attack, and Scythe is 22, so Scythe can swing over it. Main phase 2 summons a Gidi. A Gidi effect, when it's normal summoned, you special summon a Constellar monster from your hand. He summons Cows. So Cows to modulate the levels, make them level 5. He's probably gonna go play this here again. You know, what's your best monster? Yeah, he's deciding which one to use. Yeah, that's the best one. That way you have a 2200 beater and the Pleiades. So what's he gonna do, right? There's a lot of There's not a lot of monsters in the Harpie deck that can swing over it. Okay. He bounces both of them. One on end phase and one on his turn. Um, Summons M7. So M7 you can overlay on top of a Constellar XYZ, but you cannot use its effect this turn. Or you can just hard summon it using two level 6, but Constellar Artifacts doesn't have level 6. Unless you have like 2 cows and use both their effects, so that you can hard summon it. So its effect is not relevant right now. He goes duality. Sorry, I missed what he's added there. But now he cannot special summon because he activated duality. Okay, sets all his cards. So this turn, Steven can use the M7 effect. M7 effect is you target one monster in either player's graveyard or on the field. Return that target to hand. So it's on standby. I think he's gonna want Icarus. Yeah, that that effect is super strong here. So he's thinking here. Normally, you would just pop the two monsters your opponents have, but he wants to pop. Okay, he can do that too. Summons a moral attack. Yeah, I think he just wants a body on the field. That way, he doesn't take any more damage. If Steven has a monster in his hand, okay. Steven passes. Tony swings for 21. Okay. Also, okay, I see a soul charge here. I think he's gonna do a soul charge play. He's looking at extra deck too. Let's see. So, anyways, guys, we're just a group of friends. We play hat format during the weekend, Saturday or Sunday. It's mostly Sunday. There's two places we play at in Toronto. Um, right now, there's no hat tournaments going on, especially because what Konami did recently. There used to be a hat format tournament beginning this year. There was a lot of players in the beginning, but week after week, the numbers went down for some reason. Um, so there's no more hat tournaments. So you go soul charge for 3, summons 2 Constellar cows and 1 site, normal summons LGD. He can double play these here, but I doubt he runs 3. Okay, summons Volcasaurus. Volcasaurus is okay, he changed breakthrough here. So Volcasaurus is you detach one target one monster your opponent controls, destroy it, and if you do, they take inflict damage to them equal to its original attack. Okay, and it just goes Durandal. Durandal has two effects. One is both players shuffle their hand and then draws the same card, the same number of cards. But Steven doesn't have any cards, so he can't use that first effect. But it has another effect where you detach one. If your opponent activates a normal spell trap or a monster effect on the field, I believe, change that effect to destroy one card your opponent controls, one spell trap. So it works well with the it well being it an artifact, right? So you get to destroy your own sanctum or attack any artifacts really. So first there he couldn't chain on the sign because it's a continuous spell. So now that he uses Elegant Egotist, he can chain Durandal, but he got negated again with Breakthrough Skill. So he summons Harpie Lady 1. Um, so he has a choice here. He can go Chidori, bounce 2 cards of Steven. That's set card than any of these 2 monsters. Or he could just go Zero Fine. There's a bunch of face-up cards on. Okay, so he goes Zero Fine here. Zero Fine effect. It's a skill drain. It negates all. Um, let's see. Let's read the effect. So he swings. He swings over the Durandal. So Zero Fine, once per turn, you can detach one XYZ material from this card, negate the effect of all face-up cards your opponent currently controls, and if you do, this card gains 300 attack for each face-up card currently on the field, except this card. So these effects are applied until the next time we face. So Zero Fine can get really huge if there's a lot of cards on the field. So Volcasaurus swings. It's still negated, so that's why he can't pop the Zero Fine during his turn. So now it's back. Um, so Volcasaurus just swung over Moral Attack. Let's see what he's gonna do here. So summons Channeler. Okay, summons Channeler. Use Zero Fine probably for the additional attack. Okay, he changed Double Cyclone on the swing. Pops the Hysteric Sign into Zero Fine. So now he can't do anything anymore except pass and use the effect of Hysteric Sign on end phase. So during the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there from the hand or the field this turn, add 2 to 3 Harpy cards with different names from each other from your deck to your hand. So you can only use one Hysteric Sign effect per turn, only once that turn. Oh my god, he draws the Tenki. Yeah. Tenki changed the level. Summon Shark. So Shark effect, you can detach one material from this card. So target one monster you control. It can attack twice this turn. This matchup really, it's a little bit favored towards the Constellar artifact deck, just because of the nature of the Harpie deck. Harpie, what they want to do is get rid of the back row, but unfortunately, he's playing against in another artifact deck that you don't want to pop too much, because there's there's a lot of set cards. Well, most of the cards that the deck sets are artifacts, really. So there's 3 Sanctum, 3 Moral Attack, and 1 or 2 Big Attack or a Sight. So which none of them you want to pop during your turn? Summons Harpy Lady 1, declares attack. Steven activates Sanctum. Sanctum special summons Beagle Attack. So Beagle Attack is when special summoned during your opponent's turn, um, you can destroy up to 2 set cards you control. He changed Breakthrough, changed Lance, so it goes through. By the way, guys, just make sure when you're playing. So Beagle Attack doesn't activate. So as if you're playing artifacts, you don't need to declare which one you're popping and how many. But it's mandatory. So you have, if you have a set card, you have to pop something. So main phase summons. He's gonna summon. Yeah, summons Pleiades. Normal summons cows. Personally, here, I think the best play would have been to just swing with Pleiades because you might run into Torrential. On swing, he chains Sanctum. Sanctum summons Moral Attack activates. Pleiades bounces itself, and then he Moral Attack pops cows. Main two. Okay, he just passes. Um, go. Tony doesn't have to do anything else. Just swing. Okay. Call. Chain ignition. Sets. I think that's a moral attack that he set. So the swing goes through. There's a chain result. There's no chain going on. Sets one. Passes. What did he draw? Hey, he goes soul charge again. Soul charge. This is a good spot to torrential. Okay, he goes instant fusion. Summons a Jama Knight. Yep. Cause effect change the level. So here I would summon Pleiades first in case he has, you know, if you want to play around torrential, but I think by this time he figured out he doesn't have torrential. There were two times where it was like a perfect time to torrential. He goes Volcasaurus. Okay, he's thinking now. What's this? Sanctum. Okay, Sanctum. Moral attack effect. Pop the Volcasaurus. Okay, he still have another play. What's he gonna summon here? So Volcasaurus is gone. I think best play here would be a Pleiades. And then you bounce one of the moral attacks so that Tony cannot summon his own moral attack during his turn. So he wants to bounce one of them. Okay, that's breakthrough. Steven's left with one card. He's setting it and scoops. So we're 1-1 right now. Alright. So Constellar artifact starts here. Yes, thank you again. Thank you, Search Cows. Upstart. Wow, this is just like game one. Pollux, Cows effect. So for you guys that don't know what Pollux does, Pollux, if you summon it, you gain another normal summon. So if you negate it, if you chain breakthrough skill on summon or fiendish chain or skill drain, he still gets normal summon, so you can't negate that. So that's how it works. It's the same thing with the Evil Swarm Caster, so because they're basically the same card. Okay, so Tony goes Hunting Ground. So this is what I'm saying here, guys. So that's why this matchup is slightly favored towards Constellar, because of what the Harpie engine wants to do is to destroy back row. Okay, so he destroyed. It was a Forbidden Lands, because there's a lot of cards that you don't want to pop with the Hunting Ground. There's three Sanctums, there's three Maul attacks, there's one or two Beagle attacks or a Sight, depending on how you want to play the deck. So he goes Hysteric Sign, searches Egotist. Let's see, goes Duality. So he can't special summon anymore. He took Torrential. Okay. Yeah, he has no other play now because he can't special summon because he used Duality. Sets 4. Okay. And he's using Pleiades effect here. What do you want to bounce here? Okay. He's bouncing the Hysteric Sign, which I think is super smart. Stony has a lot of ways of popping his own Hysteric Sign. That way, on Steven's end phase, he gets to add 3 Harpy cards. Okay, on draw phase, oh my god, he took out the Torrential. So Ignition, for you to activate the card, you have to have an artifact monster that you can set. And that's how it works. Okay, so he sets Moral Attack. Let's see. Tony still has 3 set cards. Let's see what he's gonna do. Gonna bounce. Let's see. Oh, okay, he's bouncing the Tenki. See, this is what makes this deck super strong during the early mid game, because you have to play this in your deck, and you can just keep bouncing a lot of things. You can bounce your own Tenki, your own Call of the Hunted. Okay, he goes Sombre. Sombre is you target one Constellar monster from your graveyard, and then you banish one, and then you add the target to your hand, and then it gains another effect. If you activated the first effect, you get to normal summon another Constellar from your hand, in which case it's the one that you added, and then he adds Chaos, uses the effect, make it level 5, make Sombre level 5, summon Shark. Shark effect is detach one, target one monster you control, it can attack twice. Summons M7 here. So M7 cannot use its effect this turn because it was summoned using the first condition, which is you overlay it on top of a Constellar XYZ. You get a warning date. Swing for 27. Call up the hunted. That triggers the hunting ground. Target the moral attack that was set the same turn, so it doesn't activate there. Sets one, sets an activates Egotist. Egotist summons Harpie Lady 1. Is that one? Hunting ground effect, pop his own hysteric sign. Okay, that's why he said that. That way on the end phase he adds 3 cards. Then he's gonna summon, what's he gonna summon here? A Zerfine or Chidori? Yeah, Chidori. Chidori on summon. Target one set card your opponent controls. Return that to the bottom of the deck, and then you can detach one, target one face up card your opponent controls, return that to the top of the deck. So he bounces the M7, swings for 19, and then end phase. Hysteric sign adds 3. So he added Queen Channeler, Dancer. I did not see that. Soul Charge for 2, target 2, face 2000, Sombra Effect, add, normal summon, cast effect, change the levels. So the way Soul Charge works is you target, and then you don't pay anything until the monsters are special summoned. So if you target 2, one of them gets DD Crowed, you don't pay 2000, you only pay 1000. That's how Soul Charge works. Damn. Okay. Summons a Pleiades. And then he has another card in hand, which if it's a spell or trap, I think he would want to summon a Durendal here. Okay, Volcasaurus. Volcasaurus fair. Fair, I think, because he wants to get rid of the Chidori without using the previous effect first. Okay, that way he can use it 2 more times, and then he gets to inflict battle damage. Sets 1. I think he's saying you should bounce my Call of that. Okay, he's gonna bounce this into thinking. Okay, what's the set card? Okay, so Steven has one guaranteed interruption here, which is the bounce, which is super strong. Um, yeah, at this point, yeah, the bounce really stops your XYZ plays. He summons what's that card? Is it Dancer? Yeah, Dancer. Dancer. If that triggers the hunting ground. Hunting ground targets Steven's back row, and then he chains ignition. ignition pops the hunting ground. So the hunting ground fizzles. Okay, he sets moral attack. So the ignition is so if ignition is destroyed by your opponent's card effect, the opponent escapes their battle phase. But since the hunting ground fizzles, he don't get to activate that effect. Okay, so he bounced the dancer. What's Tony gonna do? He still has another normal summon. So Channeler, you can discard one Harpie card, special summon one Harpie monster from your deck and face up defense position. So he changed playlists on this. I think he should just have playlists on summon of Channeler, because that way he has no other normal summons anymore. So so I think Tony does not run the pet dragon here. Oof. Okay. Oh god, he has another thingy. Okay. Summon Scouse, swing for 19, into effect. Yes, for you Constellar artifact players here. You got or the people that wants to play Constellar artifacts, just remember, try to always use the cast effect during your turn, even if you don't have an even if you cannot summon anything from your extra deck during that turn. Right? If you have like a set moral attack, if you have a way to summon a level 5 during your opponent's turn, at least when you could go back to your turn, you can make a rank 5. So okay, he starts with Hunting Ground. Okay, summon Dancer, triggers the Hunting Ground. Oh my god, that's what I'm saying. Um, this matchup is favored towards the Constellar deck because of this very interaction. So you get to summon Sight and then a um destroy a card on the field. So now he's locked out of the extra deck. Okay. He summons Durandal. There we go. I think he was afraid of the Mirror Force there. That's why he summoned Durandal, and that's why he had another set. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys learned something from the video. And subscribe if you like to see more. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye.